How to become your most hottest version at any age. When we think of being hot and attractive, maybe we automatically assume it's got to do with youth, being young. However, this isn't true. Being hot and attractive, the most sexiest version of yourself, can happen at any age. Society makes us believe that as we get older, our best days are behind us, that we need to become invisible. You can feel the best version of yourself, the sexiest version of yourself at any age. It's so much more than what you look like. Becoming attractive, being confident, being sexy, feeling good in your body is so much more than what appears on the outside. This has got to do with how you feel in your body, your mindset, your lifestyle, the choices that you make to make you feel good. This is how you can feel the hottest version of yourself at any age. Trust me, someone who used to feel so much more insecure in my 20s than I do now in my 40s. I feel so much more comfortable in my skin, more acceptance about my body. Don't get me wrong, I have bad days, just like all of us, when we don't feel good about ourselves. But all in all, I can say that I feel my most attractive version of myself now than I have ever done. And in this video, I want to share with you 5 ways to feel your most sexiest version, to feel hot, sexy, that you are. She's in there. We need to find ways to connect with her and bring her out. I'm going to share with you 5 points. Number 1 is learn to take care of yourself. I know, maybe this isn't what you want to hear. It's so obvious. Duh, come on, Rosina, that's a bit obvious. If you want to look good, if you want to feel good, you need to take care of yourself. But you know what? Sometimes it's the obvious things that so many of us can overlook and miss. The truth is, many of us, we don't have enough energy to take care of ourselves. We're running on low battery. We are overextending ourselves, saying yes to too many things. Maybe we've picked up on bad habits, going to sleep late, eating too much chocolate that's not good for our body and giving us spots and acne. Maybe we've got into a bad habit of picking up horrible habits like smoking, or maybe we're just drinking too much or going partying too much. I get it. It's called life. Sometimes we can get carried away doing things, but it's when we end up consistently doing these bad habits that has a knock-on effect on our body, and before we know it, we're in this cycle and we don't know how to come out. The number 1 thing I want you to think about is your lifestyle. And are you truly taking care of yourself? Because the truth is, it begins with you. The way you feel about yourself and your body, it begins with tuning into yourself, going inwards, reconnecting with her divine self. That body, the temple that we've been given, and asking yourself, what are you missing? Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. I'm someone who, I can be a bit of a night owl, and if I don't check myself, I can get into the habit of going to sleep late, endlessly, night after night, and then I know that I end up having bags and I'm tired. I have to evaluate and think about why I am low in energy, because when we are low in energy, this is when our vibration is also going to be low. This is when we're not going to feel good. We're not going to be up for going to things that may benefit us when we are out there in the world. We're not going to be our full present self because we are depleted in energy. So think about, are you eating good food to make you feel good? You know the saying, you are what you eat. I 100% believe in that, 1,000%. What we eat eventually shows up in our skin and the way we feel. I know when I have too much chocolate on a roll or when I get carried away, I know I'm going to feel sluggish and not good in my body. It's about understanding, are you getting enough exercise? You know, moving your body. It's so important to feeling good. I've got another point to cover that separately, but I just want to touch on it here. It's about becoming aware. Are you just saying yes to too many things because you don't want to let people down, but at the same time you are exhausted, you are tired, you don't have that much to give? It's about setting boundaries, understanding in order to take care of yourself. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot do everything. And this doesn't mean don't be there for people, don't help people. No, of course, that's what we should be doing as good people. And as creating relationships means sometimes we do have to sacrifice our own time. But if you feel like you're consistently doing it over and over again, or if you feel like people are just taking advantage of your time and automatically assume you to do things, this is when you need to step back and evaluate, where is all my energy going? Where can I take back my time? Am I overextending myself? Taking care of yourself begins with you. Sometimes as women, we often expect our partners or wait for finding a potential partner to take care of us, to shower us with love. The way to feel you're hot, the way to feel the most sexiest and hot version of yourself is by learning to take care of yourself, honoring your body, honoring your peace, honoring your time. And that's when you will feel good and show up in the world as full of version of yourself as you can. Your hotness will shine. You will be vibrant because you will have that energy, because you've been reserving it for things that need your energy. Second point, how to become the most hottest version of yourself, the most sexiest version of yourself at any age, is to work on becoming more confident. What do I mean by this? Maybe when we think of a woman being confident, we think it's because of the way she looks like, her size and her attributes. Being confident as a woman is so much more than what a woman looks like externally. For me, it's not about being the perfect size 8, having the perfect skin, having the perfect hair. No, a confident woman is a woman who knows and is aware that she is not the perfect person. She has flaws. We all do. But a confident woman owns it. That's what makes her stand out. That's what we are drawn to. That's why we love confident women, because it makes the rest of us feel good about ourselves. Seeing this woman who we can clearly see that she has imperfections, but she owns it. She's not trying to hide and pretend to be someone else. And that's what we love about someone being confident. It makes the rest of us, it's like a warm blanket, giving the rest of us permission to also accept our imperfections and be ourselves. Being confident, it's about understanding, there'll always be someone prettier, there's someone younger, someone smarter, but they will never be you. Understanding that you are a unique individual and what you have to offer to the world is completely different and unique. Being confident is about being proud of who you are. And it's not just about the way you look like, it's about being proud of who you've become as a woman. So I encourage you to do things that make you feel proud, because that's what's going to boost your self-esteem and feel good about who you are. It's about understanding that you have strengths and you have weakness like everyone else, but you're not going to feel threatened by other people's strength and what other people are good at. No, instead you feel inspired, and you know that what you have to offer is something different to what other women have and what other people have, and you can all work together so that you are not in a competition, but you inspire and lead others by the way you operate and your perspective in the world. And that's admirable. And that's what I believe what a confident woman is. A woman who knows who she is. She knows herself. She knows what her values are and where she's going in life and who she is not. And this is what makes her so self-assured about herself. And when you can sense her when she walks into the room, you know, you're not threatened by her and she's not threatened by you. And that's such a beautiful personality and a character trait to have, in my opinion. The next point, how to become your hottest version at any age. Yep, at any age, because you can be like wine and taste as good and be as good as the older you get. Yes. It's all about mindset, okay? The next point number 3, how to become the most sexiest version of yourself as you get older or at any age. Point number 3 is learn to find ways to move your body. This is so important, you know. And the older we get, the more important it is that we learn ways to move our body, because if we don't use it, we lose it. In particular, you know, muscle and weight. The thing is, so many of us, we are stuck in our head. I know I'm guilty of this. And that's why I have to consciously make an effort to move my body at least every single day. And it doesn't have to be going to do a marathon and something so, you know, vigorous like that. It can be going for walks, swimming, dancing in your own house when you are cooking, or in the mornings doing some yoga or Pilates. Moving your body helps you to get out of your head and into your body, feeling more sensual, feeling more good, feeling more sexy, feeling more hot, understanding your body. And if you do want to feel, you know, sexy and hot, then the truth is we have to learn to also take care of our body, making sure that we are exercising so that we are feeling good. You know, exercising isn't just about the outcome of the way you're going to look, but when you do exercise, you will release this endorphins hormones, which is a drug that's going to make you feel good. That's why after a good exercise, you're on a high. It's because you feel fantastic. And this is one of the best ways to feel good about who you are, to feel sexy. And I don't know about you, but when I have a period of time when I've not been active, maybe I'm traveling, or maybe I've just been caught up doing other things, I know I start to, you know, feel sluggish and not feel great in my body. And that's why I know how important it is for us to learn to find ways to move our body and to find ways that you enjoy. when you enjoy something, you're most likely going to carry on. And for everyone, that's something different. So it's about finding what suits you, what suits your body, and what you are capable of doing given the time, given your lifestyle. And I'm sure we can all think of things that we can do that can help improve our body, our mind. It's all connected. When you move, you are just going to feel good. Trust me. And if you can make it a habit, your future self will thank you for it. Yourself now will thank you for it, because you are going to feel good, you're going to feel hot, you're going to feel sexy. The next point number 4, how to feel your hot, sexy version at any age. Point number 4 is get passionate about something, or if you don't have something that you feel passionate about, find something to feel passionate about. What do I mean by this? I mean, so many of us, we are distracted. I am also guilty of this. We can get easily distracted in our digital age, and if we check our screen time, I'm sure we can all agree that we're spending way too much time on our phone than we should. We can use this time instead to do things that we feel passionate about. And if we don't know what they are, give ourselves that time to explore things that we feel passionate about. So many of us, we say that we want to do this, we want to do that. I've been guilty of this. I know. I have friends, we talk about this. I have family members, we talk about this, and we keep saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But we all tell ourselves that excuse that we don't have time, and then we end up spending hours on end scrolling on social media. The way to feel hot, sexy, confident about yourself is when you engage in your passions and do what makes you feel good. Do the things that lights your soul, that makes you feel like you've got a meaning or you've got a purpose, or just for the sake of having fun. When you do things where you're creating something or you become a master at something, trust me, you're going to feel good about who you are. And this isn't just about showing off and telling everyone, look what I've done. It can be if you want, that's up to you. But it's about how it's going to make you feel, because you know in yourself that you're doing things that is making you feel happy. So you're not going to need like a relationship or a partner to always make you feel fulfilled, because you're tuning inwards, finding ways to get passionate about something. When we see people who are so into something, mastering them becoming a master at something, we love it. We love it because it's almost like reminding us that we also have the ability to do that. And we love this. We love to see people that become a master at something. That's why we get so addicted to these videos on social media with people doing amazing things, because it's like, wow. But we can do it. You can do that. You can find things where you become great and a master at. Time is going to pass anyway. So you may as well do the things that you want to do and get good at it, because your future self will be so proud of you. You feel so good about yourself. You feel so sexy and hot about yourself. And this has got nothing to do with the way you look like. It's about how you feel about yourself. Our society makes us want to become obsessed with the way we look like externally, but really and truly, I feel like we need more and more people who value people who become master at something, who are talented at something. And I know it's not easy, but at least if we give ourselves that chance to try, then we will know. You know what you are good at. You know what you are not. You get to discover more about yourself. But it's about the journey. And who you become in that process is going to be completely different to not trying at all. Giving yourself that permission to get good at something to become a master at something, you know, you feel so proud of yourself. 5 years down the line, if you start now, you'll be so happy that you've started something, and slowly you may have to approach hurdles, but you've learned to overcome it, and slowly, you know, everything takes time, small baby steps. You get good at things. You know, you may have imposter syndrome sometime and have to navigate challenges, but the more chance you give yourself, the more patient you are with yourself, you can get good at whatever you want to if you set your mind to it. So I encourage you to explore, to experiment. You know, time is going to pass anyway. We may as well start now, right? The next point number 5, how to become your most sexiest version, your most hottest version at any age. Point number 5 is learn to create your own style, or find your own personal style. Now, this one, I think it's a really nice way to make you feel good about yourself and to make you feel hot and sexy. What do I mean by this, and why is it important? It's important because the way we dress, it can have a huge impact on the way we feel. And someone who used to always dress in black all the time or dark colors, I know that those days are the days when I just wanted to fade into the background. I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to be invisible. And it was a reflection also about how I felt in my body and how I felt about myself. And I'm not saying everybody is like that and that everyone who wears black feels like that. Absolutely not. This is me talking about my experience and the days, you know, there are still days that I wear black, but I can see that there was a pattern of not wanting to be seen, and that was a reflection of how I was feeling about myself, as I said. So many of us, I also think that we are scared. We are scared to be courageous and be bold, to discover our unique style, the colors that we like, and to stand out. What I mean by discovering your style isn't about going out there and buying the most expensive designer outfits. This isn't about that. This is about finding clothes that suits your specific body type. Sometimes we all want to squeeze into maybe the latest trend or whatever that the style is at the given moment. But you know what? It may not suit our body. So it's about understanding your body, figuring out the clothes that fits you, finding clothes that fits you well, that makes you feel good in your body. It doesn't matter if someone else is wearing something that looks amazing. That may not look good on you, and that's okay. I'm sure there's something that you can find that looks freaking sexy, badass on you, that may not suit the other person. You know, it's beautiful that we're all different and unique. That's why there are different shops, there's different brands to cater for different people and different body types, and it's about discovering what you align with, the things that suit you, the things that make you feel good. It's about choosing colors that enhance your features, that make you feel vibrant, that make you feel sexy, being bold, maybe being courageous, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone a bit. You'll be surprised. You know, the way we dress, it's almost like a communication to the world about who we are. Like it or not, it is the first impression when we go out there that people get of us. Instantly, people will judge us based on how we represent ourselves. It may be shallow, but it is also the truth. We all do it. So when you find clothes that makes you feel good, the style of clothes that makes you feel good, this is a quick way to feel elevated about how you feel about yourself and who you are. Ask yourself, are you wearing clothes that represents your personality and your style and who you want to show people who you are? You know, don't be afraid to explore, to try. What's the worst that can happen? I think if we all think about it, the women that we admire, the women with great style, it's because they are being unique, they're being different. There's something about them that maybe we cannot point our finger to. Most of the time it's because they are courageous enough to be bold and to be different, and we love that. When you allow yourself to experiment, to try different clothes, and to give yourself that permission to become a new version of yourself almost, you know, you feel good in your body, you feel good about who you are. So many of us, maybe we have clothes in our cupboards that we hope to fit into one day, you know, the clothes that we've had for 10 years and we haven't worn, not even once. Sometimes these are the things that hold us back into the older version of ourselves, and it's time to let go and create this new version of yourself that you are excited about, that you want to become, and give yourself that chance to go out if that's what you want to do. These are my 5 ways how to become your most sexiest, hottest version of yourself. Let me know. Maybe I've said something that you can relate to. Maybe you're doing it already. Or maybe I haven't said something that comes to your mind that you can think of that can help women, that can help all of us to feel great in our body, to feel good about ourselves, to feel the most sexiest, hot version of ourselves. Please share with me, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm sending you my love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.